had a question about how hard to push when I'm getting I'm all good, we're all good before just jumping to our net outcome statement. I got that recently, and the guy he just kind of like threw it out there and then just went silent.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my next thing that I followed up with was like, well, I was looking through my notes from our last phone call, and it sounded like you had some issues in the past. I couldn't tell if by the notes if that was from your current two providers or if that was from someone previous. I realized I didn't ask him a question,
Mm-hmm.
but I was kind of hoping he would kind of fill in that blank. And he just like straight, went silent. And I was like, okay. And so I jumped into my net outcome statement and put him into the 90-day push from that point. How hard would you push when you get that first, wall of resistance where they're like, yeah, we're all good?
Yeah, I would probably just go right to your net outcome statement. Now, another thing, yeah, because if they're saying we're all good, I would go to your net outcome statement, because the more you push in that moment and go, well, how do I tell you that you're making a mistake without offending you or any of that other stuff, the more they're just going to defend and reinforce that position. So I would just do exactly what you did. Hey, no problem. I will be here. Christian, remind me again what you're selling.
Logistics, freight brokerage.
Yeah, I will be here when you need to make absolutely positively sure that you've got one singular person that's doing everything, and you're not getting mixed messages from all your different providers or whatever your net out. I don't know. I was just trying to make up a net outcome statement there. I'll be here when you need that. Not I'll be here when you need to change your freight provider, right? I'll be here when you need to make sure that everything's getting delivered on time, ahead of schedule, and most importantly, you're not getting your wires crossed with communication and one hand kind of blaming the other, leaving you having to explain to the customer why their stuff isn't there, right? Now I just basically took a little hand grenade, rolled it into the room, closed the door, and walked out. Because guess what's going to happen? The first time that Dave or Bob or Susan has a customer call them and pissed off, they're like, dang, I should call that Christian, right? So figure out what that net outcome of working with you is. It could be as simple as one throat to choke, right? Right? That's legit for your industry. And then leave it alone. And then wait, I would say a minimum 2 weeks, and go, hey, I was thinking about you guys today. There is something going on that everybody's having to deal with. Not a lot of people are aware of it. My top clients are kind of sharing this secret with each other. Yeah, what's going on? On tariffs, right? There's one way you can ship this. You guys are incurring a tariff. There's a whole nother way, if it's routed here, where you can have the other components in the supply chain be the ones that have to pick that tariff. How are you dealing with it? We're having some new regulations coming here through the stuff coming cross border from Canada and Mexico. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up, right? But now it's like, boom, you're always delivering something cool. So I wouldn't push it if they say we're all good. They're not all good, which is frustrating, but I don't think I would go re-prospect somebody else on that one. No problem. Hey, I will be here when you need to XYZ, not change logistics providers. Outcome of what they would have gotten if they had changed to you.
Yeah. So that makes it a pretty quick phone call.
Yep.
So this is call 2 where we're delivering the insight, and then that's kind of when that's the first place that I get the that wall of resistance come up is, hey, we're good. It seems like as soon as I identify myself, and this goes for email as well,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as they see in the signature that I'm a freight broker,
yeah, that
immediate is like, nah, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good. They just want to get off the phone. They want to cut off the communication, and so that seems to be where my industry's at. But
your industry has done you a disservice by power selling a lot. It's not a good idea. But here's the cool thing. Although that is a disservice, they're going to start to rapidly see that you're different. And then you're going to lock in that business, and it's going to be really hard to take it. Like somebody else on this call, Rich in mortgage, has the same problem you have. Mortgage has a very bad reputation of not caring about the real estate professional on the other end of that deal more than just giving them free stuff, right? Like, let me send you a gift card. Let me send you this, right? And if Rich is probably going to get I'm all good a lot, but if Rich starts to lead with insights, hey, it doesn't matter. I know you're all good. Listen, I get paid either way. I just wanted to make sure that you realize what's going on here. Well, what's up? So real estate agents, you guys are having to show 4 times more houses to a buyer before they put in an offer, right? I'm not telling you anything you didn't already know. Here's what nobody's talking about though. Because of the fact that that buyer had to see 4 times more houses, the leading indicator of that is they're unsure, they're uncertain, they're freaked out, they don't know what's going on, and they get spooked really, really easy, like a groundhog on Groundhog's Day, right? And the last thing you want is them going back in their hole for another 16 weeks of spring, right? How are you dealing with that as you hand these things off to your mortgage brokers, right? I didn't really even think about that. Just out of curiosity, how many deals have you had where it felt like it was going good and then it went kind of sideways after they had a conversation on the finance side? That happens every now and then. Man, I'm here for you guys, whether you're a client or not. Even if you just want to get me involved as a second opinion, I know how to talk calm. I've been doing this a long time, and I will do my best to air traffic control, keep that buyer in that state, getting ready to land that deal into escrow there, right? I'm happy to help you guys, whether you're a client or not, but this is a really interesting market. It's not something I haven't seen before because I've been selling in the Hamptons for over 2 decades, right? I don't know, I just pulled all that out of my butt, but it's a more skillful way for somebody like Rich to start that conversation. And then, to your point, Christian, if I continue to tell Rich, man, Rich, I'm all good, perfect. That's all I wanted to make sure. I will be here if anything changes or if you just need a second opinion on any of these deals. You're like, dang, that guy was pretty cool. My current provider just sent me some tickets, some gift cards to Starbucks. You know, the last thing I need is another freaking triple mocha. What I need is a deal to close. Why don't I call Rich on this next one? It's just better when we lead with the outcome.
Yeah, I really like that. Whether you're a client or not, offering your opinion, your expertise. I don't think that, at least speaking from my industry, I don't think a lot of them, especially only after a couple of touches, I don't think they're going to either remember me or call me back. But it's kind of nice to hear.
100%.
With a better feeling about me and about the industry. So I like that.
Hey Dad, what's an easy way for salespeople to make a lot more money right now?
I got you, and I got you. It's to learn how to close. It's the simplest thing that I teach, and people that know how to close, boom, they start making a lot more money. And I'm gonna pay $300 for you to learn how to close right here, right now. It's the closing mini masterclass from me, from Easton University. I'm gonna give it away to you for free right now. Click the link, and I will send you the closing mini masterclass for free. You're gonna make a lot more money. They're gonna make a lot more money. You're gonna make a lot more money. I want you to take it too, all right? We'll see you on the other side. Grab the closing mini masterclass.